What is
What's
up?
up?
What are you doing?
How's it going, guys?
Cheers.
We're live and kicking.
Gentlemen, always a pleasure.
Always. Another Tuesday.
That's right. Another good Tuesday.
Is it Tuesday, Booze Day? Something like that. Or Taco Tuesday. Or
It's about to be Taco Tuesday, Tuesday.
That's it.
Taco and booze. That's a
Combine it all.
win.
Right?
Our
right, so
onion
kicking things off
ESA.
here.
Go ahead.
Well, we need to hear about what everybody's been doing, because I know we got some stories to be telling here. I'll let you guys start that off, because I've got some stories. I got some stuff to talk about. But you guys in the chat, we want to hear about you guys. Also, what have you been doing? Let's talk about it. I want to hear about your adventures in this horrendous snowstorm thing that we've got coming our direction.
Snowmageddon again. What you been up to, Grant?
Still trying to duck hunt. It wasn't a success today. Woke up to all the rain coming up from Texas this morning. And
You're welcome.
It rained all day. I got up, looked at the radar. I said, there is no way. I see, what was it, last Wednesday, as soon as I crossed the train tracks to pull into my duck hunting spot, I had a blowout on my front tire. And we got the spare on with like 3 or 4 minutes left before draw time, just in time. And the more I sat there and thought about it, it's like, I'm going to the house. I'm not going to be sitting out there in the duck blind thinking about this spare tire on my truck the whole time.
Oh, man.
We killed a
It's
few.
probably the ducks that did it. They sabotaged you.
Might have been.
If I was a duck, that is exactly what I would be doing.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I'd be
That
messing
Grant
with
guy, he's coming. Oh, we got to do something.
Well, ended up, and I don't know, you know how it is. The back tires were a little more worn than the front tires. And of course it was my front tire that blew. So I just went ahead and got 4 new tires, just bit the bullet.
That sucks. I had a better weekend. So we got family, friends down. They're family and friend at the same time. Mark was my best man at our wedding over 38 years ago. His wife Kathy was Audrey's maid of honor, and they grew up together like sisters. So they're down. They brought their RV down. They're staying near San Antonio just so we can hang out now and then. They're here for a few months. So Mark has done a lot of fishing up there in Michigan, Great Lakes fishing, but he's never fished down here or off coast, and he didn't even know what a redfish was. So my goal was to get Mark on a redfish. So I got hold of my buddy Albert Soto, who is a guide on the local power plant lakes we have here that have redfish, right? They're freshwater, but redfish live in them. And he set it up. So me and Mark and Shay went fishing with him Saturday. Video coming. Don't want to, kill the buzz of the video, but mission accomplished. Mark was successful in catching his first redfish.
That is so rad.
Yeah. So
my favorite experience. I was just thinking about it today. Like my brother-in-law, nephews, they come down here. Whenever I go up to Wisconsin, they always put me onto a great time. Like I'm getting into stuff. I have a blast with pike and bass and just bluegills. I don't even care. Walleye, you name it. I just have a blast. I have yet to get them into a serious and legitimate shark. And I was literally thinking about that today. Like I was sitting out in the driveway on my lunch. When I was taking the lunch, I was stretching out in the sun. And I was like, what am I going to do? Like I'm putting into a plan now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to do in August in order to get these guys into something for real, simply for that moment. Because that's what it's about, man. I just enjoy that experience.
Yeah.
Well, I saw something on I saw a piece of meat on the half shell on the grill. So
yeah, we might have ate a little redfish on the half shell. That's the first time. So he caught his first, and they had their first redfish they've ever had. So, and it was a success.
You got to go through the whole experience.
Oh yeah.
Real quick, we got some people to say hi to here. We got, and some of you guys are Onion. I don't recognize you, man. I'm assuming you're from the Discord server or something. Who are you?
Welcome aboard too.
Yeah, and hi and welcome. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce this name, but hello and welcome. That is a beautiful language you got. I just don't know how to pronounce it. We got Danny, fishing without a boat. Sarah, pleasure to see you, man. Thank you for coming and hang out with us.
Long time no see.
Right? How have you been?
Yeah.
Mr. Brandon O'Neill. Onion's asking, how was everybody's New Year's fishing? A couple of days before. And I had a blast. New Year's wasn't great for us, but I had a blast fishing a couple of days before, so New Year's was awesome for me. I just enjoyed it.
Cool. We lost you a little bit there. I thought the mic was out.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good now. Yeah, I wish I was fishing on New Year's, but I've gone fishing, right? Okay, so I'll have video evidence. I've caught my first fish of the year already. Grant McIntosh, when are you going to catch your... I know you're duck hunting. When are you going to catch your first fish of the year this year, Grant? I want to hear a prediction.
It'll be in February.
All right. I like that.
He says that like you're missing the mic that you're supposed to drop when you say that, because you said that with more confidence, you had more backbone in that statement than I have. Had I said that same thing, I'm thinking January, but if I have to wait until March, I'm not going to be surprised about that.
Look, he could turn that around on me and say, "When are you getting your first duck?" So, I gotta be careful. So,
when are we going to see our first shots of Aquaholic on an oil rig?
Right. Yep.
Definitely. No, duck season goes out the 30th, so which I don't know. The way it's looking for next week, after this coming weekend, next week it's like freeze below 30 every day for 5 days straight, highs and lows. So
yeah, we got weather to talk about too.
We might be froze up.
So Onion is from the Discord server. Cool.
Onion, which one are you in Discord? What's your name in there? We don't have an Onion in Discord. We had a whole thing in the Discord server about rainbow trout. People are slaying rainbows and browns.
Yeah.
And
we go fishing talking about it too. Last time he got some rainbows too. So yeah.
Got to get into it.
Me too. I've just been lazy about going to do it. I'm right here by where I could do it.
Rogue Onion. Oh, okay. Yeah. So real quick, I remember. So Rogue Onion had a question from the Discord server. I'm going to bring it up for you guys here. I don't remember what it was. I just remember that it existed.
You're doing it now?
Yeah, I don't have to bring it up. I'm gonna have to read it because I don't have a thing to bring up on it. But I'll read it.
Okay.
Too.
Okay.
Planning to complete 4 sets of surf fishing sets. Rogue Onion is out of. I know he says it right here. Oh man, I don't know where. Rogue Onion, where are you from? Let us know. So he's looking to set up 4 sets of fishing sets. A couple of 10-foot spinning rods. He's going to go Akuma. Looking at 10, 12-foot spinning rods, 7-foot, and one. Okay, so 2 10-footers, a 10 to 12-foot, different brand surf rod, and then a 7-foot medium heavy rod. Going to go with a Akuma reel, 30-pound J braid, 2 Shimano 4000 reels, and then 1 Penn 3500. Probably going to put the 3500, I assume, on that 7-footer.
Yeah.
Now, his question is, what hooks, baits, rigs, and sinkers does he need to be using for surf fishing?
Man, a lot of that is dictated by the type of fish you're going to fish for in that area you're in. And he says Philippines, so I do not know jack about fishing in the Philippines. Here in Texas, you'd have a bunch of different size circle hooks. You would have some of the claw type weights to hold in the surf, in the sand, different sizes based on currents and tides so that it can hold. What else, Stanley? What else is he needing out there?
Gonna need a couple of different kinds of weights. Like you said, those surf weights,
right?
And they're just called surf weights. They got like barbs sticking out of them. They're great unless you're in rocks. Those things are gonna get hung up in rocks like nobody's business.
That's
so
true.
You might need a variety of weights based on that. Circle hooks are an absolute go-to. I'd probably use circle hooks like 99% of the time.
Same.
Grab 3 different sizes, like small, medium, and super big.
Yeah, I would do 4/0, 6/0, 8/0, and then if you really like looking at shark and shit like that, some 10/0 at least.
Yeah. grab a thing, wire leader, make your own leaders. For big time stuff like sharks, everything else probably going to want to go heavy mono. Your 30 pound, 40 pound auto work is fine for that. Maybe on the big guy goes 60 pound, 80 pound.
Check out that Akuma that you're thinking of getting, and just make sure it's built well for the salt and there's not plastic pieces in it, right? If you find that there's plastic in it, then you said you're going to put a pin on one of them. Put a pin on the big one too. And 3500, unless you're just using that like you're wading out into the surf and casting and reeling lures, I would go bigger than a 3500 at the surf.
That is small
line.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I do. I think a 4500 would be a minimum. I've got 6500s and 8500s that I take out there.
I got a 10.5 spinning rod that I use for the big stuff. My smallest spinning outfits, I believe, are 4Ks, and those are the ones that I use for like bays, fishing for trout. I use a 4000 series reel for that.
That's a good point. Talking about just getting the pin pursuits to start, and then that's like a real low end of a pin. And like you said, you're in it, you love it, it's great. Pin starts, that pursuit starts to fail, then you upgrade to a better.
He's looking at the corrosion resistance on those. The Akumas are amazing. I love Shimano, and yeah, corrosion resistance. You want for salt water. You definitely, absolutely need stainless components. Otherwise, it won't last. It'll last like 3 hours on a fishing trip, and then just turn to rust in your hands.
Yeah, that Penn Spin Fisher will be a very good reel. Again, I would up that to a 4500 at least. But if you're starting with that, start with that. That's fine. That's the Akuma. My problem with the Akuma, and I'm not an expert on Akumas, but for a while there, that's what I was fishing specifically. Spinning reels, Akuma brand. And then I had one break off the reel in my hand and realized it was made of plastic, or broke off the rod. So since then, I've been fishing pins.
I use pins, and they're heavy. Is my issue with them. They've lasted. I have destroyed the guts in every pen I've owned except for the really big one, the 10.5. I'm switching over. I'm in the process of switching over to Shimano from here, just because I feel like more expensive, but they seem to be light. Well, they are lighter, and they seem to be just as strong. My 2 cents.
Good point. Good point.
Yeah. And I like pen. Like I have a whole quiver of pen that I loved. I was using it, solid for like 18 months, fishing really hard for YouTube, fishing once a week. And then I had to replace the guts on like every single one of those reels. And it got to the point where I on a couple of them, I replaced the guts a third time, and I couldn't replace the guts again because it was actually wearing out the body, the housing, to where you can't put in new guts because they wobble and they're not fitting right. And when that happened, I was like, I'm done. I'm not. I don't mind spending $50 a year or every 2 years on a reel to fix it if it's in a good reel. But if I replace it 3 times, and then I can't use the reel anymore, I got to find something good.
Yeah, graphite on the Akuma. Yeah, that's what the ones was that broke in my hand. So there's a portion, the foot of the reel that mounts to the rod and then goes out to the actual reel, that snapped off in my hand, and it was graphite. So that's why I went to pen, and he said they're heavy, kind of heavy, but it's metal, so it's going to be heavier than graphite. But graphite just wasn't durable enough, in my opinion.
Yeah, so Ghost was our winner last week in the photo contest. Man, I wish you'd submitted something, but you've got sole ownership of the very first spot of the Wall of Fame for 2024 right now. So congratulations to you on that, man. True
that. That was a good question. Look at all the discussion that drove.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, thank you, Onion.
Lively.
Yeah, like I said, I got 6 pins sitting on my shoulder right here on the shelf. Just can't wait to get them out there.
Got a whole pile right off camera over here, like 12 different rods that after we went fishing the other day just got piled into the corner, and I haven't, organized them yet. It's a mess. Hey, you got yours. Grant, how do you store your rods? I bet you store yours better than I do.
I've just got them all in my shed, just leaned up against the tiller.
My next build.
Oh,
Put
yeah.
together next. I got that one. It's gonna be a inshore spinning rod with a pin on it. Can I catch
This
a big
is an
fish with
interesting
the small
one.
rods? Yeah, you can catch big. I've seen people catch big fish with small rods.
I love it. I specifically tried it when I'm in Wisconsin. I take my absolute smallest ultralight outfit on a little 2500 reel, and I try to get like a 50. I'm trying to go big time muskie. Like I'm going for a lake record muskie with it. Dragging a bluegill the size of my hand behind the boat all day.
Fin Addicts is a group up here that does a lot of stuff for fishing, helping kids learn how to fish and all that kind of stuff. That's a nonprofit. And one of their fundraisers was a fishing tournament on Calaveras where we had to use kiddie rods. So me and Shay and his daughter on my boat all got these little kiddie rods, Superman and all that, and put 20-pound braid on them and drift fish for cats. And that was a blast, man. Those things, we didn't break one. We won. We actually, each individual was competing. So my boat, we all placed. I got first, second, and third place on my boat.
That's so rad.
Yeah, it was fun.
One of these days, I get a boat. I'm going to do some stuff like that. Perry and those guys, when I go out with them, they don't let me. They keep me corralled so that I'm not allowed to do stuff like that. One of these days, I'll get off the leash.
Yeah, ultralight's fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Oops.
Oh, sorry.
I would love that. I'd love to go out there offshore and get a big jack on one of those. Maybe I'll get another pen for salt once I figure things out. I'm spooling a 50-pound Suffix 832 here. Not expecting any long cast for that one, considering throwing 4/0 cut bait on that. The farther you can get, you do need to, if you're going beach, you need to be prepared to get that thing out as far as you physically can. That's the purpose of those 10 and 12-foot poles. It's not because you need them long for anything other than just getting that bait out as far as you can physically get it.
Absolutely.
It's not because of the fight or anything. What's up, Cameron? How are you doing, man? I hope you had a happy holiday season, sir. Hadn't seen you in 2024 yet. So we have a conversation, another one that we need to jump into here. The topic of the day, and I will, let me show you this. So this is here, as soon as I can get it up. This is Tomas. I'm afraid I cannot pronounce this gentleman's last name. And this is his 133-pound winter catfish. It's a Welsh catfish he caught. It would have been a British record. They know he let it go. He didn't want the record. They know it would have been a record because it was over twice the size of the current record holder, which was set in 1997.
Wow.
And he says he doesn't want the record. He says he knows there's bigger catfish in the lake. There's a deal with this, and I don't know how this comes into play, but so part of the deal with this is that for like 20 years, they had a deal where they were not taking records on these catfish. So the catfish got big. They weren't allowing people to get records for them. And then they changed the rules on that and re-allowed people to get a record. I don't know. I don't remember what the reason for that was, but I don't know how much it played into whether or not he wanted to actually have the record. But my guy, what are you doing? Like, why would you not take the record on that?
Yeah, here's my take on it. I mean, he's free to do what he wants to do.
True, very true, absolutely.
But some people do things like that because they don't want other people to know, hey, this lake has big fish in it, because they might overfish my lake. But he's putting out a picture like that, and if the story mentions where he caught it, then why not go ahead and take the record? You've already spilled the beans on where it's at, and even said there's bigger ones. So I don't understand it.
Yeah, and he mentioned where he's at in the whole story and everything in here. They mentioned the lake. They mentioned the fishery. It's this fishery right here.
Yeah, then I don't understand it at all.
Yeah. I kind of feel like I take a little bit of an issue with this because it's so what if someone, and I'm on both sides of this fence one, so I don't know how to argue it, but if I went in there, being my dipshit YouTuber self, and I caught an 80-pounder, I get the record.
Yep.
And you're damn right. I'm going to take that record, and I absolutely I'll be the first one to. I don't deserve that record with that guy catching that fish. Also, I'm going to try to go back and get his fish because he released it and it's in there and it's bigger now. So I don't know how fair that is.
I've seen it happen where you get a lake record here, and there'll be some guys post, "Oh man, I caught and released bigger than that." Proof's in the pudding. Mine's weighed on a certified scale, and I got the paper from Texas Parks and Wildlife saying it's a record, and you've got, your word. So if you don't like it, just don't talk about it. Don't bring it up and say I've caught bigger when you don't have no proof that you did.
It's true.
But yeah, I don't know why you didn't take the record. That's weird to me.
Yeah. What's up, Monica?
Hey, Monica.
Too much of a hassle. Onion says, "What? Hey, it's not that bad here. You gotta get weighed on a certified scale, depending on what type of record it is." And they got Texas Parks and Wildlife have lists of those scales. You can get your own scale certified. We did. We had a certified scale for a while when we were doing tournaments here. So anything we weighed qualified. Fill out some paperwork, send it in, some pictures, some measurements. Blam, you got your record.
Is that for real? Did he get that on 12-pound test?
I think he's joking.
I know they do records like that.
If he did, that's crazy.
Yeah. I mean, I could do it. I have a hard time understanding if somebody else can do it. Yeah, I want to try to eat it too. This gentleman just put it on my radar. And for the record, this is the world record.
Wow.
Well, so the world record's 9 foot long. I forget. It's like 300 pounds is the real big boy.
Man. Yeah, I guess we all just speak for the area we're in, Wild Japan. I know here in Texas, it's not expensive. It doesn't cost you really anything to submit. Just got to do the legwork of getting it weighed on a certified scale, a couple witnesses, some measurements, some pictures, and send it all in.
I want a record. I've always got an eye out for one. Gotten close on a couple.
So I was just sitting here thinking how easy it would be to just go through your state records, you know, the list, if they have a list of fish in the records, and see what you think. You know, like if your record's a 20-pound bass, probably not going to beat that. But if your record's something you think's legitimately doable,
that's exactly what people do here.
That's what I do.
I've got a guy named Chuck. Matter of fact, he's one of the first people I met who had a certified scale for my first record. He's got like 15 or 20 records. He just does bluegill, shell crackers. They all have records in every body of water, and he just goes around catching them. Hey, this is a new record, and submits it. And he has a wall for. I don't want to put that much work into it, but you can. And I knew, like the one I got on Bronick Lake, Channel Cat, I knew I could beat that record. And so we went, hey, February, we're going to go. They'll be big and fat, fed up for the spawn. And sure enough, that February, I caught a record. So,
one that I've got my eye on is blennies. Nobody fishes for them. If you catch them as bycatch, just on rare occasion, the jetties, when you're too close to the rocks, they have a state record on blennies.
Oh, wow.
And that is not something that's turned in. So that's an easy way for me to comically get my name in the books.
David Martin, how you doing?
Hey, David. So Texas is broke up to 2, 4, 6, 7 different regions. You guys,
freshwater stuff.
Well, you could just go to each lake, like go to Texas Parks and Wildlife, where to fish, and you go Canyon Lake, and it'll list all the fish and their records. And there's rod and reel, and there's other means. That's for folks who get them with jug fishing or limb line or something like that.
Yeah, and I've seen bow fishing.
And there's an adult and a children's one too, so the kids aren't competing against the adults.
got me thinking about records now. You know, the record, that'd be a fun conversation, honestly. There's some weird ones out there. One that I've got my eye on is skipjack or ladyfish down here. The record on that's only like 30-something inches, like 31, 33 inches. I've got 28s under my belt.
Yeah, I was going to say, that seems doable.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, Dan, we go fishing's in the house.
What's up, man? Oh, I got something for you. Check this out. This is what this guy's been doing in his off time. I love this.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. Pull it up.
Hell, the channel catfish for Lake Corpus Christi is only 2.75.
Yep, there you go. I know.
Channel cat and Lake Corpus Christi, 2.75 pounds.
You can beat that easily.
Oh, shoot, yeah. That's just a couple lead weights away from...
No. Oh, my gosh.
There you go. Bluegill's only 0.86.
Yep.
Rainbow trout, 0.66 on rainbow trout.
Might have to go on a record run just for fun.
You need to just find the closest certified scale up there. And it's usually a bait shop or something. Those are nice. The ammo boxes he made those on his printer, 3D printer.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, isn't that nice looking?
Yeah, I like that.
Heck yeah.
Very, very cool. He had a story when he did his live stream. He's doing them now Thursday evenings, which I didn't know that until after I saw it after the fact. And they were talking about the trout regs, and Texas is trying to make some changes again, looking for input. They always say they're looking for
every
input
year
before they change things. So now they're saying they want 15 to 20 inch, 3 max limit with 1 over 25. So 20 to 25, there's nothing. And I think he said it, and I got an email from him too. The CCC is saying they're recommending the same 3 fish, but they're saying do the oversize like they do the reds, where you get the one little tag on your license or the one oversized red, and do that for an oversized trout is what they're recommending. So we'll see. There we go. You go fishing channel, you put it up. They just did a live stream this past Thursday night. Go check it out. A lot of good information.
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it goes.
You're exactly right about that.
Yeah. We'll give you your platform and place to bitch about it, but we're still going to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
Well said.
Pretty much it.
YouTube content. There we go. Take advantage. Use it.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see how everybody else, their records in their local bodies of water work. I know Michigan, they have some I forgot how it works, but it's like you submit a fish, and for the year, you get a certain award if it's a certain size. I don't know how that works. I wish we had our Michigan folks up in here to explain it, but it's nothing like we do here in Texas.
Yeah, Texas is pretty special in that aspect because Illinois is just species and statewide. That's it.
Statewide. Oh, so it's not by body of water.
No.
Oh, really?
No, it'll tell you.
They do that up in I want to say they do that in Wisconsin.
That sucks because you'd have one lake that you fish, by the house, but you're never going to, it's a lake that just isn't going to have that size of that species of fish. You never have a chance.
Right.
Yeah.
That explains your pictures, Ghost. Wyoming.
Baitcaster rods. Why baitcaster rod is difficult for rookies? Why? Because backlash. That's why.
Yeah. Just casting in general. It's not like spinning rods are going to be easy,
Yeah.
I think the biggest issue with the baitcaster is the right settings on it, and then the right weight on your lure and the right line weight. If you get everything right, probably not going to backlash.
If you got everything right. Spinning reel, just throw it out there. You're good.
Right.
Take a weight. Just take a little weight. Go put it on your end of your line, and then just go sit out in your backyard and throw that thing at every squirrel, every whatever. Throw it at a tree. Just go throw. I go throw. Literally, I will go out into my street and I will cast mine down my street. If I want to repack the line on there or something, if it's like loose or whatever the case may be, I'll go sit in my street and just cast down the street. That's how I would learn how to cast. You got to get knee deep in shells. That's like one of my personal mantras just for life in general. You do 1,000 casts, it's not going to be difficult anymore. You got to do it.
True that.
I think some of them nowadays, I think they try to make them where you can't backlash them. That's some of the commercials I've seen recently.
Yeah.
Oh, I can backlash it.
I bet I could too. Gunpoint Law said they got 10 plus inches of snow.
Ooh.
Weather's been a thing. I went out this morning. We had like 50, 60 mile an hour winds last night. It was a wind warning and all this. So I went out this morning to look around for down limbs, make sure they didn't come down on anything from the trees. And our swim spot's got a cover on it, and there's water on the cover, and it was frozen here in South Texas.
That's not right.
That's not right. And it's going to get even colder. We got 20s coming, Monday and Tuesday or this week?
Yeah, Sunday night or Monday, whatever. I don't know. But yeah, 20s in Texas, that doesn't happen. That it's been 3 years since we've seen that.
They might shut down the state.
Yeah, exactly. Like we're going to have power outages. They're going to shut down businesses.
Don't let there be any moisture out there to freeze on the roads. Oh, my God.
The high temperature is going to be 44 degrees. It will not even be freezing in the daytime, and they will shut the place down.
Right.
Well, hopefully pipes don't bust again.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That. You know what? I'm going to go buy a bunch of PVC tomorrow.
I got to check, make sure the generator can start up for me. Just in case the power don't work.
No, all we got was rain. I didn't check the rain gauge tonight.
Yeah, we had the rain a few days ago.
We got a lot last night. It was
We
still
took you
raining.
guys the rain.
Monica, thank you for sharing those links, by the way. Really appreciate that.
Yep.
These are good guys.
Jay's in the house.
Oops. Mr. Larson, how are you doing, sir? He's got a new video out too. I haven't had a chance to watch it. That just came out like right before the live stream. I think he does that on purpose so that we'll help promote the video. And you know what? I'm totally cool with that.
I'm good with that too. I watched one today. I think it was his newest one. He got some breaking news about what he's going to be doing. So go check it out and find out for yourself what he's up to. It's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. You getting any snow up there? I know Nick got some snow in St. Louis before that turned into rain last night.
Oof. Gunpoint Law says -5. Is that Celsius or Fahrenheit, Gunpoint?
Oh, he's Fahrenheit.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that's not right. That's not right at all. That's
-26, high of -2. Yeah, you can keep that up there. That's why us Texans don't live up there.
Yeah, I could do that too.
No, people shouldn't have to do that.
Right?
There's places you don't have to do that. Just move to where it's not like that.
It is 2024. Have we not figured out how to not have negative temperatures yet?
Yeah.
What the hell is going on?
Well, I've seen where there was tornadoes last couple of days in Florida.
That's because Florida.
Yeah, so you had to bring up Florida, didn't you, Grant? So my trip to Florida, I'm leaving Thursday morning. And the original goal that we talked about a couple months ago was January, the crappie are spawning. We're going to tear up the crappie and then maybe do some inshore fishing. Well, talking to them this week, and water's 6 foot higher than normal. They'll be getting a whole lot of rain. There's a lot of wind. So it'll probably ruin our crappie plans. But he said, we will find fish. It might be bass. It might be catfish. Definitely going to fish the salt water. We're probably going to look at sheep's head, bluefish, and stuff like that. I'm like, hey, he goes, what do you want? I said, just fish. Let's just go fish. We're going to be there no matter what. Let's go fish. He goes, well, I'll get you fish. And I said, all right, we're good then. So I don't know what the video will look like now, but there will be a video. Look at that forecast. Where's that at?
That's not too bad. That's Florida, man.
What part of Florida?
It's all Florida. I don't know. Well, it's, if you're like the lower you get, the nicer it'll be.
Yeah, because I just looking at there was rain on Friday, but none on Saturday where I'm going to be.
Oh, you know, since we're talking about you going to Florida, which is like the most retirement conversation I've ever heard in my life, we have to take just a moment to celebrate the fact that you only have 358 days left, John.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, baby. Matter of fact, you know what we did this weekend? So Saturday went fishing and got Mark his first redfish. Sunday we went to the RV show because when Audrey retires a couple years after me, we're keeping our little house in Michigan for the summertime. And then we're going to sell this house and get our fifth wheel and truck. And winter times we're going to spend here, Florida, wherever it's warm and not in Michigan. So yeah, we went RV gazing Sunday. Actually found a model we really like in the size we like. So that's cool.
Nice.
Why fish like to jump when they get cut? Well, they're trying to get that hook out of their dang mouth.
Mm-hmm.
That's
It
all
works.
of that.
That's an effective maneuver, man. Tarpon,
Yep.
you're
What's up, man?
exquisite.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're trying to get off that line and get that hook out of their mouth.
Been driving mostly quiet. Howdy, y'all. The trout regs are making me crazy. T-Paw will make an outlaw. Oh.
Probably an outlaw already. Shoot.
Right. I was going to say, for educational purposes only, this statement, it's only illegal if you get caught.
I love you guys. This is why I am friends with all of you. We're all on the same page.
We video everything though, so just FYI.
Yeah.
Right. Definitely.
If you're fishing in Texas, there's a camera. Someone has a camera and they're filming.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, everybody's on YouTube these days, so it's like good luck fishing that on a day when there's not 50 people with GoPro.
YouTube, Twitter, TikTok, all of it.
TikTok. So always be aware of that one.
He's on the other side of the planet from us if he's going to make breakfast. Onion.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I just spilled martini all over my desk here.
You said you spilled your drink?
I did. Party foul.
Alcohol, dude.
Yeah. My apologies. My apologies to everybody in the chat who had to sit there and witness that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to Mark J's future videos from his escapade he's going to go on.
You're spoiling it. I haven't seen this. I saw
I haven't
these
spoiled
announcements.
nothing. I'm getting you motivated to go watch the dang video so you'll know too.
This is a fun conversation. YouTube is ruining fishing. Somebody told me that in one of her. I mean,
look, it is a good conversation but it started before YouTube. Remember when forums first, the internet, fishing, because you had forums and hey, where can I catch? Oh, you can catch them here. Oh, why do you tell them they got to do the work to learn it themselves? And so, live scope is ruining fishing because you just drive up and you can look with your thing and see the fish right there and catch them. So
definitely,
it's just the way it is. It's not going to change. Get on board. But yeah, that is a lot of people feel that way.
Good morning, outdoors.
Huh?
It's a good morning, outdoors fishing dream.
Oh, more people filing
Relax.
in.
Oh man.
75 degrees. Nice.
That is nice.
Edward, you and I are gonna have a chat, buddy, here later. We have a secret project that we're working on. I'm gonna leave it at that. Does Texas have any natural trout streams, or is it all stockers when it gets chillier?
It's all stockers, but there are some areas, and I know specifically the Guadalupe below Canyon Lake, where the water's deep enough and stays cold enough that they do have spawners there, right? It's not a lot of them, right? And they still stock the area, but there are some that survive and go on to spawn. Their biggest challenge is one of the floods we had years ago pushed stripers over the dam, and stripers love trout. If you want to catch a giant striper where the water's coming out of the dam into the Guadalupe, throw a trout lure, something that looks like a trout, and you get a chance of catching a big striper down there.
Yeah, that's good to know. What lake is that?
Canyon
For
lake.
the stripers.
Canyon lake.
Canyon? Okay.
Yeah.
That's such a hard lake to fish. That's good to know.
Well, right now, since it's so low, it's really hard. There's only 2 ramps. But if you can get on it, right now would be a time to go around there's sunk cars and stuff that are exposed.
Mhm.
Go around and mark them with waypoints. So, when the water does come back, hey, there's a spot to fish.
Good call. Ben says, I've been saying for 35 plus years, the proliferation of cameras would make people do more stupid things to show later.
Okay, there's some truth in that, especially if you look at TikTok. But
Yeah.
I will also say that us, and when I say us, I mean all of us that are of our age group, we're lucky that there were not cameras around when we were young. Or there'd be a lot of stuff on pictures and film of us that we did. There weren't cameras there to catch us doing it.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely lucked out on that one.
Yeah. But Ben is right. There's more people that do stupid things on camera just for clicks.
Yeah, it is more commonplace to just, if you're going to do something, it's so much more commonplace now just to have the camera on you when you do it.
Yep.
So there is a little bit of and that compiled with the the whole currency of likes and thumbs up or whatever, that's sickness.
And Jackass is absolutely, when Ben said that, that's what I thought of.
Yep.
And I'll be honest, I've never watched a single episode of there. I've seen a couple little clips,
I
but
love it.
I'm not interested in that.
I used to love that show.
You're younger than me. I see that and I'm like, freaking idiots, change the channel.
Well, it was funny back then, back in the early 90s,
Yeah.
when it was like you didn't have, when it wasn't like every single video on your social media and your YouTube, when it wasn't everything, it was funny.
Yeah.
It was 20 minutes plus commercials on MTV once a week. That's good. Nowadays, it's
Everything.
yeah, exactly. It's probably happening on a bookshelf behind me or something right now as we speak. It's just, it takes the fun out of it.
Yeah, Choke Canyon's low. Choke is still fishable. Ramp's still open. I see reports people are catching fish. You used to be able to, last few years, get up in the Frio that feeds into Choke and do the white bass run. I got a friend who's a guide down there that they couldn't even get in the river, so low. So they're trying to fish the main lake for white bass. Usually on the humps and stuff you can do that, but all they're getting are gas, lagoon, and catfish. So Choke, all our lakes are suffering from the drought, and we're going to need some major storms to get those waters back up. And that's why, it's raining all day today. But then on the other hand, I'm glad it's raining all day today because somewhere it's run into some water,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of how I'm looking at it. We needed it.
Yeah, exactly.
Sucked that it rained all day, but night and day, but we did need it.
Yeah.
I won't disagree with that. Oh, hey, Gunpoint brings up a heck of a point. So that whole Jackass thing, you can blame Bob Saget for that.
The thing though, I did watch America's Funniest Home Videos. I enjoyed it because it was never like putting anybody in danger, nobody getting hurt.
It wasn't on purpose.
Jackass took it a whole nother level beyond that.
That's true. That's true.
They were doing it on purpose.
Yeah, exactly.
Gentlemen,
saltwater. Love them both.
it is about that time here. We need to take a look at some photos and determine who is going to be our photographer of the week this week.
We need to do it.
Yep. Let me get and click on some tunes. We're gonna get switched over here. Bring it up. So, this is our weekly fishing photographer of the week that we do. Brought to you by the Premier Fishing and Hunting Discord server. There is a link in the description down below. If you have not already joined this, come on and join us. We'll have some fun. And these are the photos of the week. So starting off with, we've got our moment of zen, courtesy of the Stuvian.
That ain't right.
Looks good.
Now I'm hungry.
Right. Yeah, right. Heck of a way to start the whole thing.
And a Modelo too.
Of course.
I like.
And then, so he went out, had a nice day. We didn't get any fish pics from him, but caldo and camarón shrimp.
Come on. All right, what do we got here? We're in the way of this one.
Yeah, here. Sorry about that. There we go.
Wild Japan, always gorgeous pictures.
Yeah.
Are these all Wild Japan's pictures?
Yeah. This whole panel was all wild.
Nice.
Japan.
Got the rainbow trout. Was that when he was in Canada or is that in Japan? And I see down there he's got some fried fish, it looks like, on a plate. Yes, no, maybe.
That was in Japan. I don't recall the specifics. My apologies. You got the specifics. Bring them up. We'll pull them up on screen here. But went and did some fishing. Went and did some hiking down on that stream. There's a gentleman over there that's fly fishing the stream, and he did manage to get out and get some trout. I believe these are in Japan. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he stayed in Japan. Nice.
And then he went for and had a lunch done at one of the restaurants down there, and they served him that fish, which looks just amazing. I'm covering it with comment here.
That looks
Nice.
awesome.
River trout meal. He got in
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Kawaji?
I wish I could pronounce that correct. I'm not even
Kawaji. Something like that.
But yeah, obviously, anytime he's posting stuff, and of course, this doesn't even scratch the surface of like all of the amazing things that he's been sharing all week.
Yeah. Catch and release zone. Okay.
Gotcha. So yeah, gorgeous times, man. As usual, thank you so much for sharing because those are beautiful pics. This is right here. This is what it's all about.
Made me hungry again.
Exactly right.
Golly.
One of those fishing funds. And he's streaming from there and stuff. He's doing videos. So check out his channel. If this is something that interests you, beautiful stuff. He's got great content.
That is cool.
And of course, this is just a fraction of the things that Gunpoint Llama's been doing.
Tearing up the trout.
Ah, that sucks. He just left.
So we can talk about him.
Yep, that perfect timing.
Yeah, the only bad picture is the one with his face in it. I'm kidding, Gunpoint. Nice.
Mm-hmm.
I've said it
they're all
several
the same
times.
fish, but they're not.
Right. Well, you can tell. So, you know what? I like this. I like that he. Well, first off, he's out there day and night. But look at, you can tell the different times of day in the shine off of the fish. You know, like he's got the night shots, he's got the day shots. He's got the shots where he has icicles dripping off of his hand. I like his variety on that. And I got to say, like, trout is so high up on my list. I've said it a ton of times. I'm going to say it again. Like, I am super envious of everything that this guy's doing right now.
They're stocking that little pond by you.
Yeah, you know what? I missed it. Like, that was January 3rd when they stocked it.
Man.
Yeah, I wasn't able to get out to it. It was on my radar.
Mark J is eating elk cheeseburgers and soup. God dang it, Mark.
Nice. Why are we not getting pics of that? I want that.
Yeah. Cambodia. Oh, wow.
Yeah, bananas out of can. This, and he's got the piranha, which, you know, that's super high on my list.
Yeah. Daddy's got a catfish. You got something almost looks like a tilapia up there. I'm sure it's not. Tiger's Fang got a nice trout.
Yeah, that's
I would say a brown trout, but I'm not positive.
You got me. I don't know. I want to say brown, but I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah.
Gorgeous catch, though, and a beautiful shot. Little bit of salt water here.
Yeah.
Is that a squid?
Yeah, he's out of that's salt out of Australia.
Huh.
Nice.
I miss these on the Discord.
Man, Yoshi, that mix of fish on the I probably can't name any of them. Maybe bluefish, but
yeah, they have a different name for them, and there's a whole discussion about that. I forget what they have a different name, but it's bluefish. That's what it is.
Very cool.
And then I think he's got a barracuda in there.
Yeah, definitely. See that.
He's just tearing. Relax, are you still in here? I think he was in the chat a minute ago. And he was tearing it up out on the pier in like 40-mile-an-hour winds. Managed to get himself good catch. I think that was just like today, if I'm not mistaken.
Uh-oh.
There we go. I did
War
see the
Thunder
buffalo.
Aviator.
We had the surf, now we got the turf.
Mm-hmm.
And what kind of duck is that?
Dang it, he mentioned it, and I do not remember.
Grant knows.
It's a bufflehead drake.
That's
A
it.
what?
Bufflehead?
Buffalo head.
Bufflehead.
Cool.
Yep.
I have not seen that.
I've got a hen mounted. I actually shot the hen. I had 3 hens and the drake on the water. Actually, David Martin, I don't know if he's still in here or not. I took him with me one day. He didn't have to take a gun. He just wanted to go with me. And I had the 3 hens and the drake on the water with 3 shots. Had 4 ducks on the water. I go out there to pick them up. The drake was on his back. And as soon as I get ready to pick him up, he flips over onto his stomach and takes off flying.
I bet that made you jump.
I was not very happy. I got all 3 hens, but not the drake.
The drake's the best looking one. But they all
Definitely.
taste the same.
Yeah, the drakes on all ducks are prettier than the hens for the
Pretty
most
much all
part.
birds.
Yeah.
Speaking as a male, I can say that we need to be.
Yeah. Congratulations. That's a pretty bird.
Yeah. And a nice
Yeah.
turkey too.
Yeah. Tom, beard on him.
Monica's asking how the chickens are.
Doing good. Trying to keep them warm.
Ooh.
Yeah,
What's
check that guy out. When you got to pull out the front end loader,
Oh,
Nice buck.
yeah.
man.
Yeah. Yeah,
Rex-
deer season's coming
is
to
Rex
a close
one in here?
too.
I haven't seen Rex Man. No.
Golly.
Yeah, he needs to be in here representing because
Ooh-wee.
you can't just be dropping picks like that and then running off.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty buck.
Yeah, he'll eat.
Yeah.
Hell of a, but that's the best buck we've had so far, I think.
That is a trophy.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah, he's going on the wall.
Plus some good food.
Mm-hmm. And little spoiler alert, he's also going to be in the finals here, just so you know. We're going to be taking a vote on that right now. That is going to be for entry onto the 2024 Wall of Fame. Right now, we got Ghost. He's the only one in here, so we need to add somebody else to the board for 2024.
So right now, we have turf on the board. We have no surf on the board.
We
Is that
don't.
what you're
We
saying?
don't have any surf, just turf.
All right.
The turf is a lot more seasonal, just for the record on that.
Yeah, that one there, last week's. Woo!
Yeah, absolutely. That well deserving of being up there.
Yep.
So let's do it. Let's see who's going to be our photographer of the week this week.
Let's
Our
do it.
options are Tigers fan with that nice little brown trout, War Thunder Aviator with that turkey, or Rex Man with the obvious stud buck.
All right. Just an opinion. I think Rexland's picture, that's a great picture, but the one where he's in the picture is even better.
You think that one's better? Hey,
Yeah,
if everybody
he's in the
agrees in the chat, let me know. If you think that his other picture, this one right here, if you want to vote for him and you think that other picture is better, let me know. And if more people, want that one, we'll put that one in. I'm fine with that.
I just like the angler or the hunter in the picture with him.
I don't disagree.
I like that.
But that still C is pretty awesome. Man, have we had a turkey on the board last year? Was there a turkey?
I don't recall.
I've seen a lot of turkeys in here.
There was like 100 pictures on the one last year. I'm still like working on that
I
project.
mean, there's a lot of turkeys in here, but I haven't seen a lot of turkeys right here. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Yeah, I
that
wanna see
brown
a couple
trout,
turkeys on the board.
golly. I haven't voted yet. I'm stumped.
I'm trying to grab my pen.
It was mean of you to place a fish, a bird, and a land animal all against each other.
Yeah, I agree with that. I put some
I
thought
want them
into
all.
that.
I want them all. All right, where are we going, John? Golly. Which one would I want more right now? I think it's going to be... We're going to vote, folks. We're going to vote. There you go. Votes in.
All right,
I didn't
I'll
look
take
at
my-
any other votes so far.
We got.
Oh, wow. There are a
Looks like we
lot of
got-
these.
2 A's, 1 B.
Yeah. And a whole lot of C's.
Another A, 3 A's, 5 C's.
6 C's.
Getting caught up here.
Yeah, there's 6 C's. Wow. I like all 3 of those, though. That one's hard. That's a hard vote. But looking at that deer, it's like, dang, right now, that would be awesome.
I'm biased towards fish too. I'm not going to lie on that
Yeah.
one, but I'm also not going to lie about how envious I am of that buck and that turkey. I've never shot a turkey.
Yep, there you go.
I don't blame you. Because don't blame me. Looks like, gentlemen, I think we have ourselves a winner.
We do.
The winner this week is going to be Rexman with that awesome buck. We had a couple people who had talked about it. They like the. Okay, yeah, everybody's saying the other picture. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to add the other picture is going to be the winner.
Awesome.
Rexman is our photographer of the week.
Congratulations, Rexman.
Yeah,
Very
congratulations.
nice.
Sir. Well done.
Yeah, definitely.
Now we have a minute and a half left. So it is that time. We need to determine what are we going to, we need to figure out what we're going to be doing for the, what does everybody have coming up next week? What can we look forward to seeing from everybody? And what are the fun things we're going to be talking about next week when we do this all over again? Chat, let us know right now. Grant, going to start with you, man. What can we expect from you coming up in this next week?
I don't have any plans on editing to make a video, but we do have a permit for Saturday. So we'll see. We got this, like Mark said, he's got snow. Don't know how much he's got north of him. The last system was a couple hours north of us. We should be getting some new ducks soon. We just hope, next week it doesn't freeze up and they all go south of us.
Yeah.
But-
So I've got Saturday's video I'm working on. I probably will not get it up this week just because I'm flying out early Thursday morning. So, and then I'm fishing in Florida for the weekend. So next week I should have finished the Bronick Lake video from Saturday. And then the week after that, maybe I will get the Florida fishing video put together and posted. So yeah, I'm kicking off 2020 or 2024 with a bang because
Strong.
I don't think I had but one video, and it wasn't until February last year. I had more than one video, but my first video wasn't until like February, I don't think. So hopefully I keep that up.
And
yes, you will, Mark.
yeah, I was going to say the exact same thing. Yeah. Can we get a link to his channel real quick? Post it up here while we're fishing the thing up. So
Yeah.
my plan was I've already filmed the first video of our next 2024 season of fishing videos. And I did not know what to do with it. Thanks to John's encouragement here before the stream, he told me I need to go ahead and just post the damn video and worry about filming all the other videos for the rest of the season later. So I will be dropping that video on Thursday. So just as a thank you to everybody, like, I'm sorry my schedule is a hectic, stupid, weird mess, and that I get into my own head. Thank you for that, John. I do appreciate it. I'll be having that video out. Going to film a couple other videos to have those things up and ready to go, and then as soon as he gets back from Florida, I will be headed down to Mexico. So those are my plans. Exactly. Yeah, I'll be down there, little skirt and everything.
All right.
So that is it, guys. That is our time. Thank you so much for joining us. We really, really appreciate that. And we look forward to seeing you guys next Tuesday so we can hold everybody accountable for all the fun things that you're going to be doing this weekend. Stay safe out there. Stay warm. See you guys on Tuesday.
Peace out.
Good luck. Peace. Good luck.